Everyone loves cracking the crunchy caramelized sugar crust of crème brûlée. To be honest, the most famous part of this dessert is actually the biggest lie about it. But here's the thing, that part is the youngest in its history. Before that, it was just a cold, boring custard called English cream. What turned a simple chilled cream into a worldwide phenomenon was a brilliant mistake, an international dispute, and a blacksmith's tool. Come along as we uncover the true, accidental history of crème brûlée. Few desserts have sparked as much international squabbling as crème brûlée. France, England, and Spain, specifically Catalonia, fiercely dispute its paternity. At the end of the day, they are all a little bit right and very much wrong. The Spanish version is the oldest. Crema Catalana was already being prepared in convents for centuries, lighter in texture and flavored with cinnamon and lemon zest. By the 14th century, similar custard desserts were already being documented there. The English version claims that burnt cream from Trinity College, Cambridge, was created in 1879, with the college's crest burned on top using a hot iron. Officially, they admit the story might just be a legend, but they still serve it to this day. France, however, holds the strongest card. The first published recipe with the name crème brûlée appeared in 1691, in the book Le Cuisinier Royal et Bourgeois by chef François Machelet. If they didn't invent it, France was at least the first to write it down. Catalonia has one of the funniest origin stories. Legend has it that some nuns were preparing a flan for a visiting bishop. The cream turned out too runny, a disaster. Panicked, they had a desperate idea. They took a clothes iron, which back then was made of metal and heated over fire, and ran it over the cream with sugar to disguise the mess. The bishop loved it and exclaimed that the cream was burnt. It might be just a legend, but the principle was real. Without precise ovens, using a hot metal tool was the solution to brown and save desserts. For centuries, making the crème brûlée crust was a professional affair. The salamander technique used a red-hot iron shell. For the wealthy, a specific iron called a fer à brûler was used. It wasn't until 1982 in New York City that everything changed. The chef at the legendary Le Cirque, Cirio Macchioni, was frustrated because his crèmes brûlée weren't good in the large oven. He asked his sous chefs, Bill Yosses and Dieter Schorner, for help. They tested a blowtorch and it worked. Despite having a recipe from 1691, crème brûlée only became a global craze in the 1980s. The dessert was rediscovered in New York restaurants, returned to Europe with superstar status, and spread worldwide. This was the moment the dessert moved beyond just being a cream and gained the identity we know today. Contrary to popular belief, crème brûlée does not need to be served with a warm crust. The contrast in textures is intentional. The inside should be cold, and the freshly burnt crust should be just slightly warm. And the price? The records are impressive. A crème brûlée at a golf club in the United Arab Emirates costs around $1,000, made with mountain cream and rare sugar. In Japan, the bikatsu layers pudding and cream and costs about $400. So, the next time you crack that crust with your spoon, remember, you're not just eating a dessert. You're breaking the result of a 300-year fight between three nations, a desperate mistake by nuns, and the modern genius of an industrial blowtorch. It traveled from 17th-century coal ovens to 21st-century social media, and it almost remained just a cold custard. Now I want to know from you, have you ever tried making crème brûlée at home with a torch? Did you know the Catalan version is the oldest? Tell us in the comments how you like to enjoy this dessert. If you enjoyed this crunchy on the outside, creamy on the inside story, hit that like button to help the channel grow. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now and ring the bell. See you on the next plate.